is an excited survival horror fan. This motherfucking guy right here. I'm extremely happy. Getting a sequel to Eternal Darkness, something I've been wanting for since I finished the first game. I was like, I hope they keep going. Then I didn't see anything about it, and I was like, ugh. Well, shit. Until now, Shadow of the Eternals. You know, the title obviously suggests that he is talking about the actual sequel to Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem on GameCube. Yay! For anybody that had the absolute fucking luxury of being able to go get the game, pop it into your GameCube or Nintendo Wii, whatever the fuck you were playing it on, and play the game, you understood that is an extremely innovative, creative, and pretty much a really fucking awesome survival horror game. Something that you don't see normally because they were bringing new ideas and blending in other ideas from other genres into the survival horror genre, and it worked out fantastically. It was just absolutely great. On the latest episode of the 8-Bit Podcast, myself, Yell Chaos, and Razor Fist were all pretty much waxing nostalgic about Eternal Darkness, and then we're talking about Shadow of the Eternals, and I told myself I really got to make a video talking specifically about it, because as soon as I heard about it, I was like, dude, this is fucking great. So, got to see the trailer. One, graphically, the game is fucking amazing. It is phenomenal looking. So that's really good right there. So, you know, they got their shit together as far as, like, their game engine is concerned. Now, the sanity meter, that is still intact. That is something that's going to go along with it. As a matter of fact, there's apparently certain aspects of the game where your sanity meter is going to be used in conjunction with trying to traverse, like, certain areas of the game with, like, puzzles and stuff like that. So it's kind of neat to think, like, you might have to lose your fucking mind at some point in the game, and things have to go to shit for you to be able to go and proceed. Which is pretty neat to think about, because normally you would think about that and be like, oh, well, that seems like something I want to avoid, but when it came to Eternal Darkness, I always let them just freak the fuck out so I could see what would happen next. And there was always something really cool in Eternal Darkness where it's just like, okay, oh, what's going to happen? Oh my god, oh, look at that, that's so fucking neat. And I thought about this, it's going to be on PC and on Wii U. What kind of things are they going to do with both respective platforms as far as, like, the sanity effects are concerned? And I started thinking about, well, if it's on a computer, and depending on what operating system that you're using, there's all sorts of, like, real-life errors that they could go and come up with that would fuck with somebody. Like, it could make it, you know, absolutely, like, minimize itself, and you're back on a desktop, and it has, like, a fucking error message come up. Or it could look like you get the fucking blue screen of death, which is, you know, one of the more horrifying things that happens. And it's like, or just any number of random things would be extremely cool. Then you think about on the Wii U, what kind of things could they do considering that they have the tablet set up? You know, imagine, like, if it starts switching back and forth between the tablet and the screen and stuff, and then there's all sorts of really fucked up shit that's going and, like, rumbling on there, and, like, the game's, like, getting all distorted on there, and you're just like, what the fuck? Invert, like, all the fucking colors, go back to the Wii menu and shit, turn your character into a me just walking around and shit, or just have, like, their fucking limbs and stuff all start going crazy and shit, like, you know, real life glitches and shit. And that's what I liked about Eternal Darkness, was they programmed it so that it looked like certain parts of the game were either absolutely fucking up in general, like the hardware or the game itself was fucked up, or it was just glitching the shit and back. And I liked that a lot, because a lot of people, it was hard to tell. And that was the thing. I'm like, oh, that's a neat little twist right there. That's pretty cool. And another thing that they're keeping with is, you know, you start off in the modern era, and then you go and traverse through time and take on a role of individual characters throughout certain time periods, which is exactly what Eternal Darkness did. In this one, you take on role of a detective who shows up, and it's like two big fucking factions have waged war against each other, and there's only one member of each one left. So they go and explain everything, you know, about their past history and why this is all happening, etc., because it's like a mass fucking homicide. So obviously detectives are like, holy shit, allow me to step over all these fucking bodies, and I can't, that's a leg. Let's get that out of there. Let's kick that shit to the side. It'll just go rolling anyway. So it's kind of cool to think that they're going to keep with that, but the neat thing about this is that it's not just like them jumping into different time periods. They're going into, like, historical set pieces, like real life characters, real life events, and then they're putting a fictional twist on this. So take events of Elizabeth Bathory and then just like some big crazy what if scenario to go and explain, you know, the entire premise of the story and why everything came to be. And I'm like, that's fucking cool. Also, Elizabeth Bathory is like one of the baddest fucking women in the entire goddamn world. If you ever get bored, read up on her. She's fucking awesome. I absolutely love her to death. She's fucking thumbs all the way up. So, going forward, so think about that. So we got the sanity meter still around from Eternal Darkness. We still have the set pieces, you know, going through the different parts of time and stuff like that from Eternal Darkness, so that's pretty cool. Now the combat and the magic system, that's something I'm kind of curious about, if they're retaining that, if they're retaining the fixed camera angles and stuff, or are they going to let you control it? Like, have they revamped the entire control scheme? Because with Eternal Darkness, it's like, you know, with Fallout, you could go and target individual limbs on, you know, your enemy and stuff whenever you were going directly into combat. Well, Eternal Darkness also allowed you to do the same exact thing. And in addition from, like, physical combat, you could also do a whole bunch of magic spells, with magic, for the most part, was kind of the way to go. And it was just very fucking cool that they were combining both of those things together, and there were certain aspects that it was just like, okay, you cannot beat this character with magic whatsoever, and this character, yeah, it's really cool, just use this one spell, they're fucking dead. Dead. So, and then it got me thinking, like, alright, so if they're doing all that, like, what else could they do on the other platforms? That makes me kind of interested. Like, if they had certain sanity effects based on what platform, assuming that they reached the goal. And that's actually going to bring me to the next thing. Now, they're going about crowdfunding, which if you're like, crowdfunding, what the fuck is that? It's like Kickstarter or Indiegogo, where you pledge, you know, X amount of dollars to be able to support the game. But the nice thing about it is that the money that you spend is going to go towards your copy of the game. So it's not like you're just throwing away cash and you're just like, I'm supporting you. No, you're going to get something for your money. So it's essentially kind of like a crazy, wacky version of pre-ordering. And that's really about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm absolutely fine with something like that, considering the fact that I heard that there was a lot of trials and tribulations with them ever trying to get Eternal Darkness 2 up off of, you know, just the fucking, like, creative room floor, and trying to get it out there, and it didn't work out to their end, so that kind of sucked. But now we can actually see this, and, you know, again, seeing a trailer, I'm like, this is going in the right direction. That's fucking awesome. So there's going to be a link down below, and it's pretty much to the website. So you got like 30 days to be able to go and throw your support in. There's another nice thing for this. Now, if you remember quite a while back, Mega Man Legends 3, which I know that that's probably not the best example, but it's an easy example for me to be able to use for something like this. They had what was called the development room, and you could go there and pretty much give all of your ideas, and the development studio would see this, and everybody would be bouncing ideas off each other, which was really cool, to be honest. I think that a lot more development studios should be listening to their fans, because, frankly, you're making the game that they want to play, and even more people will want to play. So, you know, it's a big fucking working relationship. Well, they have the same exact kind of thing. They have a forum that you can go and sign up to, and automatically you'll get access to it, and you can begin, you know, throwing out your ideas. If they have something there and everybody will be able to view it, then you can go and basically critique it, add to it, say take this away, you know, it'd be really cool if you did this like this, or what if this was changed to this, etc., etc. You get the general idea. So I'm kind of glad that they're doing that. Now, the other thing that they're doing is that they're doing this as episodes. So they have the pilot episode and then each episode thereafter. And they do have the ability that you can pay, you know, your $60 and you get the entire fucking, I don't know what you would call it, the season or what the fuck ever you'd want to call something like this. Depends on how long that's going to go for. There's plenty of things where they've done shit by episodes and whatnot, and, you know, it worked out quite well. I think that could work out for something like this, especially a survival horror game that's traversing through time, and imagine how much more shit they could keep on adding on top of it. And I like that idea quite a bit. The only thing that I hope, and the only thing that I will complain about right now, is two things. Number one, it's only on PC and only on Wii U, limiting the amount of people that are going to be able to play and enjoy the game. Now, they did say that if they meet their goal and it can keep going beyond that, then that means that they'll be able to go and try to get this on the PS3, on Xbox 360, potentially on the handhelds, you know, maybe. Maybe on the PlayStation 4, the next Xbox, the fucking Durango, or the fucking, like, whatever, the 720 Fusion, whatever the fuck they're calling the next Xbox system. But, if they put it on there, that'll be really awesome, because the more people that play it, the more people that can enjoy it, and the better that they will do ultimately. Is it extra work? Most definitely. But it'll be able to go and build up a much bigger crowd, and that's what you want ultimately. You know, you don't want to leave anybody out. The other problem that I had with everything is that it is digital only, so there are no physical versions yet. But keep in mind that this isn't something that's like completely rolled out. They could in fact make physical versions after they get all the episodes out, put onto one big disc, because it's not like, you know, they can put out one episode, slap it onto a fucking disc, and call it a day, because nobody would fucking buy that. They'd go nuts and just fucking start uppercutting the living shit out of everything, and rightfully so. I'd want to do the same exact thing. So if they get all the episodes together, put onto a fucking disc, and put it out there, I'd be extremely happy with something like that. Now, there is a downside to everything. Despite all the fucking awesomeness and whatnot, if they don't meet their goal, everybody will get refunded, and we're more likely not going to get a game. So that fucking blows. That genuinely makes me kind of sad-faced to go and think about it, because it's like, alright, we're this close. And, you know, it's on its way. Now, right now, altogether, they're trying to get crowdfunding within this month up to 1.5 million. And you might be thinking, that is a fucking insane amount of money for a game. But they go and they list off all the reasons exactly why they need X amount of money to be able to pay for this. And let's be realistic, modern gaming does cost a lot for like a big studio to make a big AAA game. That's the unfortunate fact of things, and that's just the nature of the beast. But at least they're being honest, at least they're putting it out there, and at least you're getting the game that you're paying for, and they're not just asking for a free handout. That's one of the things that I like about this. There isn't like, donate $1, donate $5, donate $10, and at the very least, if this doesn't go through, you get your fucking money back. So you don't really have anything to lose. You get the game, you know, and you fucking play it, enjoy it. Awesome. If the game doesn't happen, then it doesn't happen, and everybody can just sit around doing this. Motherfucker, we're so goddamn fucking close. Like $25. Who the fuck didn't have $25? Really? You cheap fucking... And that was their face going... $25 keeping motherfucker. So, but, again, this is something I am genuinely behind, because just thinking about, like, the resurgence and of survival horror. You know, The Evil Within, Resident Evil Revelations, and now this. You know, that's pretty much exactly what the fuck I want to see. It's like, alright, Shadow of the Eternals looks like it's going to be fucking amazing. When I first saw Eternal Darkness, I was just excited about it. And now, here I am, a bunch of years later, looking at the sequel to it, being just as happy thinking about it. I'm like, oh man, this is going to be so fucking awesome. Going from seeing a screenshot, seeing the gameplay footage and stuff, I'm like, this is fucking cool. And the fact that you can go and talk to the developers, it kicks a lot of ass. And to give them your ideas. And they will listen. That's fucking great. So, now then, it's all up to all of you. You see the trailer, and you get to see the website down below where it talks about everything, and there's also interviews with the people on IGN, which, again, I will put the links all down below so you can go and read up on all that shit. But how do you feel about this? Are you excited like I am? And you're just like, huzzah, huzzah, huzzah! I got to play it on GameCube, or I was one of those people who was like, I have a Dolphin emulator, and I downloaded it because that shit is getting expensive as fuck. Either way, I just want somebody to be able to play this game. And also, Nintendo, if you're hearing me, I just have a small request, you know, crazy and whatnot, but can you re-release Eternal Darkness so more fucking people can play the game? That would be super. I don't care if it's in digital or if it's in fucking physical format. Whichever, it does not matter to me. I would just like a re-release of the game. I know that there's probably some fucking random hoops that you'll have to jump through, but it'll pay off, I assure you, especially when this kind of a game is announced, and it'll get word out, and it'll get it fucking spinning, and that would be extremely awesome, especially considering the fact that right now they have this on PC and Wii U, making it one of the better exclusives that the console has right now, in my humble opinion. But again, that would be really fucking nice. So anyway, back to what I was saying before. Are you excited about it? Are you happy about it? Do you think this looks really awesome? Do you think this has the same exact potential that Eternal Darkness does? What do you think that they should build upon from the original? What do you think they should be adding in, especially with how many years that have passed and how much gaming has changed since the days of GameCube? Or maybe you're one of the detractors and you're just like, yeah, look, it looks good, but fuck this game, frankly. And, you know, if you feel that way, hey, whatever, everybody's entitled to their opinion. So, you know, if you don't like it, you don't like it. And obviously you won't support the game and could give a shit less about Eternal Darkness or fucking Shadow of the Eternals and stuff like that. So either way, whatever side of the fence that you're on is absolutely fine and hunky-dory and things like that. So you can go and comment down below, make a video response if you want to go and talk about that and shit like that, and, you know, waving my hands around. I feel like I'm a fucking conductor, like, yeah. I don't have a fucking orchestra, but it'd be really awesome. And if I did, it'd just be nothing but, like, a bunch of bands, bunch of bassists, guitarists, and fucking rhythm guitars, lead guitarists, and drummers out the fucking ass, and just shit like that. It'd be awesome. Like, Metal Symphony, or Death Harmonic. Somebody knows what the fuck I'm talking about. If not, it's like one of the most badass tunes, and also one of the cooler episodes. I thought it was really cool. Yeah. Anyway, so you got to hear what I said about the entire thing. So I will end this, like always, nerds, nerdettes, and gamers, game the fuck on. Trigun Kitty, are you excited about Shadow of the Eternals? Meow! What the fuck does that even? Meow! What the fuck does it? Meow! Yes, I'm a fully grown man who is talking to a stuffed plushie cat from one of my all-time favorite animes. How the fuck does that make me weird? Meow! No, I don't have some kind of fucked up mental disorder, and I really don't appreciate the fact that meow. Anyway, this is AlphaOmegaSin, and I always forget the cute little cat's name from Trigun, but he's really fucking awesome, so we'll just set him right up there. Maybe I can go and balance that. I feel like the Chiquita Banana Lady, but with a cat on my head, and I'm glad that it doesn't mistake me for a litter box, despite the fact this is a plushy cat. You're at least getting the goddamn fucking reference. So, anyway, this is AlphaOmegaSin saying thank you for watching, and long live survival horror.